All right, class, we're on our last one today. Yesterday we learned about the African Americans and how they were forced to come to the United States of America. Since then they have been freed. Dr. King fought for civil rights and we're continuing to fight for civil rights. Asians come to America. Many people from China came to the United States to find gold. Some of these people chose to stay and live here. Page 48 and 49 today. People from Asia came to America for many different reasons. In 1848, after the discovery of gold in California, many Chinese immigrants traveled to the United States. Not all Americans welcome the Chinese gold seekers, but many admire how hard they worked. Other people from Asia came to America for work. As Americans moved west in the 1800s, they had big dreams. They wanted a railroad across the country. They wanted to build new farms and factories. But to make these dreams come true, Americans needed workers. So the word went out across Asia, send workers. Between 1850 and 1882, many Chinese came to the United States to work. Some saved their money and later returned to China, but others stayed in the United States for good. Immigrants also came from Japan, Korea, and the Philippines. Some immigrants went to Hawaii to work in sugar fields. Others worked on farms and in factories on the West Coast. One Japanese immigrant wrote this poem about going to the United States. Huge dreams of fortune. Go with me to foreign lands across the ocean. Instead of finding fortune, however, most of the Asian immigrants found hard lives. They worked long hours for little pay. Their bosses often treated them roughly. Still, most of the immigrants stayed in their adopted land as Asian Americans. The contribution of Asian Americans. Here. What did you give us, Mr. Barr? Asian Americans form one of the most diverse groups of people in the United States. Today, this group includes people from many different countries in Asia, like China, Japan, the Philippines, North Korea, South Korea, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, India, as well as countries in the Pacific Islands. Asian Americans have made many contributions to American life. When immigrants from the country in China first came to this country, some were treated very poorly. Many were forced to live in parts of the city that were unsafe. They worked together to rebuild these sections of town and turn them into places often called Chinatowns that people from all over the world can visit and enjoy today. These diverse groups of immigrants that came from Asia brought new food to the United States. They also brought new kinds of cooking. As a result, today Americans enjoy many kinds of Asian food, such as sushi. Raise your hand if you like sushi. I do. My wife actually likes it a ton. Stir-fried dishes. Asian cooks have also blended with other types of American food to create new and delicious combinations. There are many other contributions that Asian Americans have made to American life. Today, many immigrants from Asia come to the United States to study. Once they are done with school, many choose to stay and help their fellow Americans research and create new ways to make the life of all Americans better. And what other contributions have Asian Americans made to the American life? Now, I don't know if you guys know, and you're probably too young to start thinking about high school, but when you start thinking about high school, this is one of the really cool things about Wisconsin Lutheran. Not only do we have a lot of African Americans who go there, and a lot of Caucasian people go there, but we have a large number of foreign exchange students that come from some of these countries, come to Wisco to stay at the dorms and to study. Asian Americans come from many different countries. Each group brings new things, like different kinds of food, to the United States. Well, it was pretty obvious. We only had one left, but it was the train, and the Asian Americans did a lot of work in the gold mines, but they also did a lot of work helping the trains cross the country. So we're looking at letter D here on our assignment. Now, when we draw the United States this time, I don't know if you know this, but Asia is actually over on this side. And so these people are going to come and settle in California. Japan and Asia are to the west of us, and so they would have come and settled in the west. Write one sentence to describe the group settlement. Asian Americans came to find jobs or gold. I'm going to also put many still come for schooling. All right, guys, next week we'll finish up this chapter with a couple things about our states, and then have a lesson summary and our test next week. God bless your weekend.